Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Next week starts my vacation that I'm not going to take, but I did still keep the time off. So I'm going to be spending most of my time getting my license renewed, having my truck fully detailed. I mean carpet, seats, everything, because it is time. Okay? I also think I need to pay my property taxes in the state I live in. So I'll take care of that. And I also want to change over my guest bedroom, which I had turned into a storage area when a couple years ago truckers were having problems and there was no food around, and I bought a bunch of stuff to stock up. And then recently, before I retired, I stocked up on paper goods and personal items and olive oil and all those things I didn't want to have to fund out of my 401k while I was taking 3 months off. I basically just wanted to pay my basic expenses as well as another $250 a month for gas and food. So with the fact that my sister may be coming down, I want to get that room turned back into a bedroom so she'll have a place to stay when she is here looking for her own apartment. And also, I think I may have discovered the secret of getting hired at Walmart, because a neighbor of mine came into my Walmart and saw me and said she had been trying to get on for a year. So since I think I have the secret, I didn't want to say right then and there in the checkout line, but I think I may knock on her door and tell her what I think would be helpful, and she should apply again. So without further ado, oh and yes, my daughter quit another job. Let's get on with this.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day.
Okay, first of all, my daughter quit yet another job in a time when the job market is like so tight. This girl has had 4 jobs in less than what? A month and a half? Well, we all know she left her long-term 10-year doctor's office job when she got her associate's degree to become an operating room scrub nurse. Well, it turned out it was more than she had counted on, with 4-hour operations where you can't fart, sneeze, scratch your butt, or pick your nose. And she hadn't planned on that, okay? Then she left that to go to a surgery center that was less demanding as far as how long operations went on for. But as she said, one day they turned the operating room around 19 different times for quick operations. She goes, "Mom, that was brutal." And basically, she has come to the realization that the dream job she wanted in her 20s is not the job that works for her now. It's just too physically demanding, especially when you have a 4-year-old and a small business that's actually very successful. So she asked me to lunch one day, and that's when she broke the news to me, that she was going to explore another option that reached out to her in an HR department in the largest corporation we have in the town she lives in. And at that point, I'm just a little bit, and I'm like, you look like that man who has a girlfriend, but because somebody flirted with him, he decides to ask her out. Now, he's still good with his girlfriend, but he just wants to see what she's talking about. I said, "You're starting to look like that person." She goes, "Mom, I don't know what to tell you. It's just not what I thought it was going to be. 5 years of schooling, and the job isn't what she thought it was going to be." Now, the first 2 years, 2.5 years of nursing school, I paid for out of my own pocket. The associate's degree, she managed to get grants for. So she's still blessed not to have any student loan debt. But really, my thing was, you really need to figure what it is you want to do out because I'm just not prepared for you or my grandson to move in with me. Now, of course, this is spoken by a woman whose daughter offered to let me move in with her if I couldn't find a job. But we're both pretty honest with each other. She knows she doesn't want to live with me any more than I really wanted to live with her. She goes, "Don't worry, Mom. I'm going to go to that interview. I just want to see what they offer." And it turns out she thinks it's what she wants. It's an HR position, so it's not physical. But the main reason they hired her was for her event planning expertise, because that is what she does in her small business. And like she said, "Mom, they got an unlimited budget." Yeah, sometimes I gotta sit behind the desk and do some boring HR work, but the other half of the time I get to plan events with hardly any cap at all. So let's hope, guys, that this is it. And also, the first two jobs, the hospital and the surgery center, was basically a half an hour drive. The HR job is 10 minutes from her house. She's thinking, well, at least I can sleep later. So, if she's happy, I'm happy. Now, I will admit, yeah, as a parent, I kind of like to see her settle down. But I'm also proud that she has the options to figure out what is the best fit for her. Because a lot of times people don't have those options and they have to take whatever they can get. So yeah, there's that. That's all I can say. Yeah. God. Okay, let's talk about the secret, I think, to getting a job at Walmart. I got notified through Indeed that Walmart was hiring. And when I, investigated, it gave a link straight to the Walmart website. And when you fill out your application online for Walmart, there is also like a 60-question psych exam, okay? And I think that people don't take those questions seriously. But if you've ever applied at Walmart and you took that questionnaire and you never heard from them, it's because you didn't pass. Plain and simple. Plain, you did not pass. And if you don't pass the questionnaire, your application no longer exists. For me, when I got the notification from Indeed and I went to Walmart's website and filled out the questionnaire, within 4 days I got a call for an interview. And once we did my background check with my former employees, because they do a background check and they do check with your former employees. Within another 4 days, they called me in, I had the job, and I started onboarding for 2 days on the computer. Now, my opinion, because remember, I don't speak for Walmart, just like I didn't speak for Amazon. I think that there are 3 types of employees that they are looking for. One would be that employee who just did what they were told. They never complained about anything. They never offer suggestions about how things can be done better. They are just robots and do their job. And that might be part of the reason why people say a lot of the cashiers at Walmart don't have any personality. Because they don't. They're robots. And I think Walmart likes that type of personality. Then the second personality are the go-getters. Those are the ones that when you're in Walmart, you see people running around all over the place. These are people who want to learn every aspect of the store because they want to move up the ladder. And since every store needs management in certain departments, they like people like that too. And then the next person would be somebody like me. Somebody who's a former business owner, understands the importance of customer service and will treat their customers just like they would treat their own customers. Now, Walmart nor Amazon in my opinion, believe that any employee should be bullied or mistreated or taken advantage of by their customers. I don't think they want that. I, for one, have actually told the customer no. And, I'm thinking, okay, you're going to get reported. And so, I've self-reported myself and told my manager about it. And he said, you were well within your right. As a cashier, your job is to be pleasant, efficient, and speedy so people can get on with their lives. So, you're not supposed to chat them, and you're not supposed to do things that look like slave mentality. He goes, you were well within your right, no problems. So yeah, a good cashier is quick, efficient, speedy. Now that doesn't say she doesn't make a mistake, because we all make mistakes, but when we do, we can hear it, because the sound that the cash register makes when you make a mistake, like if you ring something twice, it's very, very noticeable. So I like people, and that's where my customer service skills come in. I actually like people. A lot of times people in customer service don't even like people, and it shows. And recently, a day and a half after I got hired, they changed the entire register system. So I spent a day and a half learning the old system, and then there's a new system. But I really like the new system because it's more intuitive. So whereas before, the first day and a half, I felt like I was always having problems. Once they changed the new system, I wasn't by myself. Everybody was having problems. But I really loved the new system. And on the new system, they have a rating thing. They asked you to rate your experience. And already that is going to be the downfall of a lot of cashiers, because they don't have the personality. So we'll see how all that goes, but I'm still loving my job as a cashier. My coworkers have warmed up to me because they realize I'm not using my stool as an excuse not to do my job. And I think they just needed to see that. So yeah, they've warmed up to me, and it's feeling a lot more pleasant. And I'm really happy about that. Now, this is the perfect time to get a job at Walmart if it suits you. If you are like me and you don't really need a lot of money, to go with your Social Security, that means if you get hired full time, then basically there's a lot of money left on the table, which can either be put into savings, and I opened a money market account, or you can go ahead and join the Walmart 401k program. Okay? That's a good thing. But if you are someone who still has a $3,000 mortgage a month and a $500 car payment a month, then the Walmart money is not going to help you at all, and you're probably going to just need to stay wherever you are until you reach full retirement age, where you can make as much money as you need to keep yourself solvent. Another reason why this is a perfect time for those people that Walmart works for them is that Walmart is getting rid of self-checkouts, because theft, okay? And they are going to start manning their manual cash registers again. This is the perfect time if you're looking for a job where you don't need a lot, and anything more than a little is a bonus. So yeah, keep that in mind. Shutting down self-checkouts and opening up manual cash registers with real people. Walmart is doing that across the board. So that is a lot of cashier jobs for people who want them. That's why I got hired so quickly. So, I hope this was helpful. And until the next video, which won't be for a couple of weeks, take care, stay blessed, and I'll see you then. Bye.